Hello everybody, my name is Funky Monk John. We're going to be playing a little game called Wytchwood. So, if you notice, I have a continue. That is because, I've been belaboring starting, I've got 3 hours into this, starting, a YouTube channel and all that, trying to get, it's been something I've been putting off for a long time. So, I didn't really understand, things in OBS. The first few hours of this I recorded, I was struggling, fighting for my place above the game volume and everything. It was very muddled throughout. I watched a quick tutorial, it took all of 10 minutes to fix. So, now we're good to go. I wanted the first, at least few videos on YouTube to be pretty well done. But let's get into it. Once upon a time, there lived an odd little witch in an odd little house. She spent most of her days tending to her odd little garden and resting in her odd little chair. On this day, however, her sleep is interrupted by an odd little noise. Bah! Who's there? Well, he said. You devil! How dare you wake a young lady from her beauty sleep? Blah! Shoo shoo! Get out of my house, you mindless beast, you're making a mess! With a swift kick in the rump, you boot the goat to the front door. Down. When did this place get so cluttered? I could have sworn I swept the hearth just yesterday. First things first, my old grimoire must be around here somewhere. Chapter First Things First. But yeah, the few hours I've played of this, it is so charming, so cozy. Aha, here it is. It's lighter than I recall. The grimoire contains all of your craftable recipe. You can open it at any time by pressing H. All my recipes are missing. That damnable creature has chewed up all the pages of my book. Where's my belt? I need it to carry my things if I'm to go confront the beast. I must have left it in that trunk over there. My first reaction was like she was just gonna beat the goat with the belt. Not the case. We're gonna grab everything. I learned my first time through this that resources are very valuable. Oof, my poor back. How long was I napping for? A good dose of medicine ought to soothe these aching bones before I head outside. At least I still have the recipe for my mending poultice. Poultice. Yeah. It's okay. I have a little bit of time. But man, let me tell you, I was very disheartened when I went to rewatch those videos, and I contemplated for a minute of could I, just go ahead and post them, sounding the way they did, and I just decided to go ahead and redo. So, craft us that mending poultice, a healing potion. You step outside into you step outside into a humid marsh and immediately stub your toe on a twisted root. Ouch, close your eyes for a wink. And the next thing you know, the whole yard's gone over the weeds. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear braying through the dense bramble. Where'd that cross-eyed Billy get to? You could at least put those gnashers to good use on this lawn. So, wait, what's the, there it goes. I have a map. The Hag's Grotto. Get out of my swamp. Yeah, it's just a little crafting game. It's fun. You go do things, and this is awesome. But yeah, I had tried Happy's Humble Burger Farm or whatever it is, the horror game, as my first one. and I ended up getting very frustrated because it's not my speed of game. I'm not one much for horror games. I might play some later on, but for the most part, I was just very... I got to a certain point, and I was very perturbed. Bah! Is that all you've got to say for yourself? Bah! The goat coughs up a disgusting hairball. Ah, yes, hello. Hello, can you hear me now? Apologies, it's been so long since I've used a mortal vessel. Ah, there's dirt in its mouth. You can talk? Of course I can talk. Has your mind become so filled with cobwebs that you've forgotten your old friend? You wound me, madam. It's good to see you up and about. I was beginning to wonder if you'd ever awaken, though I suppose time flows strangely in this place. Anyway, I've come to collect. Do you have the amount we agreed upon? Amount? Amount of what? Oh dear. If you really don't remember, we should go over the contract details again. Down there. The goat nods its head towards the ancient stone gateway looming nearby. And just how am I supposed to get through that solid rock? You're the one who sealed it last. Take a closer look and I'm sure it'll come back to you. So yeah, we have a vision that we can see things in the world and inspect everything. So it's an unusually large standing stone wrapped with enchanted engravings. Don't underestimate your senses, my dear. You may be old, but you can see things others cannot. Hidden weaknesses lying below the surface. Ah, I can see it now. There are shallow runes etched onto the surface of the stone, but they are too faint for me to read. A powder of unveiling ought to do the trick. If you hadn't made a snack of my book, I wouldn't have to retranscribe my recipes. I shall not be held liable for any losses or inconveniences incurred as the result of abyssal possession. By inspecting objects and creatures, you can learn new recipes to craft in your grimoire. So yeah, we have unveiling powder now. Let's see, I can go ahead and make that, actually. Yeah, I made a mistake the first time around of like a few mistakes, and I'll get to them as I progress forward here. You smear a handful of the glowing powder onto the runes of the doorway. A cool blue light emanates from the glyphs and envelops the entrance in its aura. You squint, attempting to discern the meaning of the letters. They appear to be in some obscure runic alphabet. What gibberish is this? It looks like it was carved by a frightened hen. You are the one with chicken feet. It must be written in the umbral tongue. Allow me to translate. The goat steps up to the doorway and pauses. Well, what does it say? The goat swings its shaggy head towards you. Dark, matted wool obscures the creature's beady eyes. I cannot see. Unbelievable. What help are you then? I didn't come here to help. I came to collect. Now do something about this mop of hair, would you? Fine, fine. I think I'll have some rusty shears down in the garden. That goat's gonna get tetanus. Where are the shears at though? Let's see. So yeah, you can see I'm pointing to the screen. Yeah, you can tell I'm green to this. But yeah, you can see the weaknesses and everything that everything needs to cut or harvest. Okay, yeah. Sweet. Let's go give this goat a haircut. With much protesting and a nicked ear, you shear away clumps of the goat's fur. Oh, much better. Oh my, were you always this grotesque, or is my memory failing me as well? She has a cauldron on her head. I do really like though that the witch has a cauldron, has a hat, and like the little hoops are earrings. That's fun. It's a great design. Watch your tongue or I'll give it a good snip too. Now can you read the runes or not? Yes. A space beneath, she sleeps alone. Tokens given up to the unknown. Fires of four shall root the stone. Braziers burn and await the crone. Crone? Who's it calling a crone? And what are these tokens I'm to burn? Perhaps you ought to take a closer look at those braziers. So you need blue feather, some dog hair, frog slime, and a shiny stone. Dog hair, bird feather, slog, yeah, that's right. Frog slime in a shiny stone? I don't suppose you'd swallow any of those things while I was asleep. I don't think so, but feel free to sift through this creature's leavings if you want to be completely sure. Yeah, dig through my feces. That goes rude. However, there's a whole world outside this little swamp, you know. See that gateway over there? The one with the lovely green flame? I got motions to the far side of your yard. I guess a brisk walk in the woods would do these creaky joints some good. Too much time indoors is bad for the humors. See, give the goat tetanus, and we're still working on humors. It's crazy how far medicine's come. When they thought, you know, into the darkness. Not alone with my thoughts again. Snipping and tearing your shears make short work of the bramble. That does really look like a witch's swamp. I love like the witch's hut and the little like Blair Witch, like the tree. I forget what those are called. Really cool. Great imagery. Excellent artwork. It's just so cozy. The music's just lovely. We need these for stuff and things. I think that's all I can really gather. So we'll go ahead into the darkness. Stare at the void some. Think about life. You cut your way through the remaining vines and suddenly step into a cold stone dais. Dais? Time seems to flow backwards, or maybe it speeds forwards. An oppressive, star-filled void stretches as far as you can see. Though there is no wind or sound in this void, a warm fall breeze and the chirping of birds seizes your attention. A doorway. So this is like our hub world, like our little teleportation. I've been to this one? No, I think this one, and yeah, it is that one actually. It's very interesting. This is such a fun, nice game. But look at this. Look how cozy and warm. So, we have to collect things for our quest. The woman spins around on her heels so quickly she nearly hits you with her spyglass. Oh, you startled me. Can't you see I'm busy with my scientific research? Research? What is it you're looking for with that contraption? Why, the famed indigo-tufted forest lark. They're said to be native to this forest, and this forest only. Have you seen one, perchance? You glance upwards at the small blue bird perched atop the oblivious woman's hat. He's just chilling. He's like, this lady's crazy. I haven't. Sorry. A shame. Well, it's never too late to open one's eyes to the wonders of the natural world. You never know what you'll discover. She points to a nearby woodland critter, stuffing its cheeks with seeds. Take that squirrel, for example. Spend a few moments watching its behavior, and you'll learn everything you need to know about it. Observation is key. The G key. Now, if you don't mind, I wouldn't want to miss making an exciting new discovery. The bluebird glances vacantly at you before pooping on the brim of the wooden hat. Like she's crazy, and I'm gonna poop on her head. Yeah, take squirrel out. So we have to make a trap for the squirrel. Oh, let's go get some frog slime. Little fairy nook in the woods. I wonder what this is for. I never found out. I think that's a changeling. Yeah, most mushrooms don't do that much wiggling. So this is ragamuffin. Oi lady, what's with that great stinking pot on your head? No, that's the same about all those stinking frogs in your trousers. Oh, you just jealous. The boy fumbles between trying to wrangle all his frogs and swiping ineffectually away the fireflies at wayward fireflies with a shoddy looking bug net. I'm chuckling a little more than you can handle, eh? What exactly are you hoping to accomplish flying about like that? Are you daft? Me frogs are hungry, so I gotta catch some of these fireflies to feed them. He takes another wild swing, missing his target entirely. Why don't you let me take a few of those frogs off your hands for a moment? That won't let you swing that net properly. Oh, I see how it is. You're after me precious prizes. Well, how about I give you the net, and you catch me some fireflies? Then maybe I think about trading you one of my froggies. Give me that. Where's that net? changeling? Give me that. Come here. Oh, wait, no, you have to use the axe, yeah. You need a few? Oh no. These hoppers aren't going to stick around with the empty bellies. The faster you catch those fireflies, the faster we can eat. I mean, the frogs can eat. There you go. Your order, sir. The boy shakes the jar, rattling the captured insects like pennies in a piggy bank. Oh, these are nice and juicy. The lads are going to feast tonight. He's definitely eating bugs. He's out in the woods just nomming on some fireflies. How about her deal? You agreed to trade me one of your pests there. What deal? I don't remember making no deal. The frog squirms out of the boy's overalls and plops down by his feet with a wet slap. Dang it, there goes Slippery Pete. He takes a clumsy swipe at the amphibian, but the creature squeezes out of his grasp and bounces onto the underbrush. Oh shucks, I never liked him anyways. If you can catch him, he's all yours. Okay. Easy. Excuse me. Let's collect some extras. Yeah, most of these characters are also written in, like, with some kind of accent. I'm not good at accents. Or voice acting. So... Hey, you there. Give me a hand, would you? With what? You seem to have everything under control. These stumps aren't going anywhere. My darn useless son was supposed to help me, but he's wandered off again. Probably to go bother frogs and eat bugs or some such nonsense. That kid's definitely his son. Anyway. I need help cleaning some of these dead logs. It's late in the season and the wood has started to rot. Just be careful of the purple mushrooms that sometimes grow inside. They'll make you powerful sleepy if you breathe in the spores. As much as I do love poisonous fungi, I'm not much of a lumberjack. Nonsense. Anyone can experience the joys of splitting a fine stump. Here, my bull won't be missing his hatchet. The woodsman spins a sharp-looking hatchet in his hands and thrusts a handle at you. Cut my fingers off. Okay, so here's where I messed up last time, right? He's like, go chop logs. I'm thinking there's a quest that related to it, you know? And I chopped so many logs. Probably for like 30 or more minutes. Like, I'm so confused of just like, how many logs do you want me to chop? Because, you know, the kid's like, here, catch 5 fireflies and you're done. And this dude's like, go chop logs. And he, every time we come back to him, he's like, well, just keep chopping. Just keep chopping. And it's like, bro, I've chopped every moldy log in this forest. What do you want from me? So we need dog fur. Evening, ma'am. Come to check on the pottery. I'm afraid I just fired up the kiln, so they'll be a while still. Pottery? Bah, I was just admiring that fine canine over there. You point to a scraggly looking mutt patrolling the yard. Now give her a petting. Oh, you can try, but I wouldn't if you value your fingers. She's a touch bitey today and doesn't much like people going near the ovens. I have a way with animals. Surely I can find something to calm her down. So you need a soporific morsel and some shears. So basically we're gonna drug the dog. So let's see. We need some ash and clay. Make some of these. Go ahead and make a trap or two. So we need, you know, meat. These. Make a couple of these. Alright. And I'm sorry, like, the first impression of this game, I'm not really able to give. Because I'm stupid. Yeah, the squirrels and the birds you catch just explode. And now I can get you. Come here. like I say, it's just a beginning process, but I wanted like the first things that I put on my channel to be of at least a decent quality. At least, you know, where you can understand me from the game. Perfect. So now I have my blue feather. The... what was it? Blue feather, dog hair, shiny stone. Something else, I forget what it is. Inventory. This. Frog slime, that's right. Frog loop. Oh man, oh jeez, I don't know about this. I tapped the man's shoulder and he nearly tumbles headfirst into the well. How? What's the matter with you? I could have fallen in. Then perhaps you shouldn't be leaning over the edge like some wobbly stork. What's so interesting down this well anyways? Well, my grandpappy used to tell me that people drop all sorts of treasure down there, just waiting for someone to dig it up. Got myself a trowel and thought I'd give it a go. But the rope's out, and it looks awful dark and damp. I get goosebumps just thinking about all the ghoulies that might be lurking down there in the shadows. You ever consider that those ghoulies might get goosebumps thinking about you, lurking up here in the sunlight? No, not really. Not sure if that makes me feel any better about them, actually. Maybe the business of treasure hunting isn't for me after all. Here, why don't you take my trowel? I don't think I'll be needing it. You can go down to the well and see those ghoulies yourself. Looks like it's never been used, yeah. As he's been contemplating this whole time. This old well is deep and dark. You might be able to climb down into it, but the rope has long since rotted away. Toss a length of strong, homemade rope down into the darkness. It seems like it should support you without much fuss. And here we are. And we get free money! I'm just taking people's wishes. Look at that frog. Come here, Hopper. But yeah, it's like I've literally wanted to do YouTube or some kind of, you know, video game related thing ever since I was like maybe 16. It's been almost 10 years for me. And I guess through just, you know, work and adult life and maybe taking myself a bit too seriously, I just belabored it for a long time for really no reason other than just, you know, hesitation, I guess, you know, and probably a better word for that. I don't know. Yeah, chickens do that. Something stirs inside but does not emerge, and then you check him out. He's a cozy burrow for a creature who prefers to be left alone, and I can relate with that. It's kind of like when you're bundled up on the bed, like, you know, in the morning or afternoon or whenever you know, stir awake, and you just make yourself a little cover pillow and you're like, I just want to sleep. So I have to come back for some water, because to make the soporific potion you need, well, the mushrooms, which I had. So okay, like I said, I did the log chopping, and you get the mushrooms from chopping the logs. I had like 25 branches and 20 something of the mushrooms, thinking it was related, like I just needed to do a quest, he would give me something, and he just kept wanting me to slave away and chop up logs, and I wasn't about it. The realization hit me far too late. I don't know what I'm doing. These shouldn't run as long, hopefully. Let's see, I just need dog hair, I need a jar, so I need fire. where a campfire is. I think, oh, the dude that gives you the axe actually has a campfire. And when you dig a campfire, you get a cinder. And the little soot sprites. The little guys that look like they're from Spirited Away. I love them. Often beneath one's notice, these are the true power behind a raging flame. It's just like those little guys from Spirited Away. Yes, yeah, it is. It is Spirited Away. With the weird spider guy. Let's see what he says now that we've actually made the rope. That's what's so hard to click on. I'm just going to catch my breath for a moment. It's a long moment. Yeah, I still don't know what's behind here. Bars of the witches. Bars the witch's way until it deigns to open. I don't know what's up here. Other than, like, I think there's a house. But I want to go behind the bars. Now I can make this. Make a couple of them, they come in handy. And then go and get us some water. Some fluid. Perfect. We'll go ahead and dig these clay deposits. Maybe some more clay. Just to have it for later. Everything comes in useful. Like, everything. Oh, I didn't know you get money from that. So I just need the dog hair. Craft our so, oh yeah, the soporific potion and the morsel. But you can go. You can sneak. See, like I didn't know you could craft the jars, so I was. Yeah, and she'll chase you. So I have this. I can throw it. She'll eat it. I just immediately pass out. Gone. And I get the dog fur. Frog slime, blue feather, shiny stone dog hair, green goose job. Shoot. That's all I need for those braziers. I should head back home now. I think the first one I did ran like 45 minutes or more, just from chopping the logs. Listen, I felt I'm like a genius, an absolute buffoon even. Get all the poisonous mushrooms I can. You never know who might need them. I wonder if I can go this way. We can't yet. Okay, I think more of it. It's fine. I won't give too much away, or try not to. I'm excited though. It's an excellent game, and I don't even mind like replaying on these parts. This is just so charming. It reminds me a lot of like Foster's Home. How like the art style looks, especially like some of the trees and stuff. It's like Witcher vibes from like having to need everything for your potions. I love The Witcher. It's probably like one of my favorite games. People hate on it. Well, a few folks that I watch on YouTube hate on it for like all the talking and dialogue, and it's like, but the story, it's a story-driven game, and it's fun. A strong force pulls the feather down into the lure's base like a magnet. It bursts in the bright flash of light as cold flames engulf its essence. The dog hairs take a moment to fall from your fingers, fluttering down to the basin one by one. The fur bristles into foul-smelling coils before erupting into a cold erupting into a cold green flame. Yeah, I bet it just smells like burning fur. It smells great. You gently squeeze the globs of wet slime from your satchel into the basin. The mucus bubbles and pops before cold flames reduce it to a fine, odorless ash. And a stone. You drop the stone into the basin with a resounding chiming sound. Fractures trace across the pebble before it cracks open and a cold green light swallows it within its flame. The emerald flames of the braziers play strange shadows across the stone doorway. You watch his fingers of shadow crawl up the rock face and crack open the solid granite like a stale bread. The stone crumbles away into darkness, revealing a yawning stairway descending down into the cold earth. After you, madam. I think I ended up giving him kind of like that voice, like a rougher, almost a Morgan Freeman voice. I can smell you. One of my favorite things. But yes, I was like taken very much aback when I first saw this. It's like, who is she? And we don't know. But notice the circles around the rose here. They're important. Encased inside a gilded crystal coffin lies the body of a young woman. Though she sleeps in an enchanted slumber, her ageless features express a deep sadness. The sound of cloven hooves echo against the marble floors as guilt comes your side. Quite something, isn't she? Do you remember bringing her to me? I brought her to you? Why? Who is she? I haven't the faintest idea. All I know is you brought her lifeless form to my doorstep and begged me to save her soul. Save her from what? And why is she asleep? Why, from the 12 wicked souls whom you said wronged her in life, villains who deceived her and cheated her and broke her spirit. And as we agreed, here she will sleep until the contract is fulfilled, until you bring me those 12 wicked souls. What? I remember no such contract. Our pact is binding, regardless of what you do or do not remember. At the goat's words, you feel something hard and dark locked away in the depths of your heart. It speaks to truth. Repressed memories! It's like Finn's vault in Adventure Time. He just locks them memories away. Just clanks it shut. The things in Adventure Time seem like needs to happen because there's some messed up crap in that show. Why should I do your bidding? It seems like a lot of bothersome trouble to me. Why do I care about some sleeping beauty? Bring me the 12 souls, and I will release the sleeping maiden from her slumber. Our agreement will be fulfilled. Who knows? In time you may even remember why you brought her to me in the first place. Or you could simply return to the comfort of your little hovel, where you will waste away until the weeds grow so thick that not even your shears will be able to cut you free. And your mind will stay as empty as that grimoire of yours. But it is a big decision to make so hastily. Why don't you sleep on it? The heavy weight fills your marrow. Your eyelids flutter, barely able to stay open. But what have you done to me? I can't stay awake. So yeah, the 12 circles around the rose are the 12 souls. I think you're 12. I didn't count them. I didn't get very far, but I got, far enough. Good morning. I trust you've made up your mind. Will you collect the souls I've asked for, or would you prefer... He's the devil. That's like my best theory on him. He's gotta be. He's a goat. Deals wanting souls. Or would you prefer to stay stuck in this festering swamp? Alright, no need to get your horns in a twist. I'll do as you ask. You haven't given me much choice. Splendid! As it happens, I can already sense the first of 4 souls we seek, just as it has, coincidentally. I've been watching these guys for a minute. I know where they are. Just whenever you're ready. 2 are in the forest, another in the swamp to the north, and the last in the fields to the south. Could you be more specific? Near a shapely stump, perhaps inside a tree with a face. Vine overgrown mushroom grove. What do I look like? That compass? GPSs aren't invented yet. Go out there and look for yourself. Sleeping Maiden. So we've got us a new quest, starting a new chapter. I think that'll wrap up this episode. I'm very excited to go through this again. It's a very charming, atmospheric, like they nail it. But man, yeah, you just gave me the task. Of course not. You just want to chit chat. Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna count them real quick before we end it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Yep, that's where the souls will go. So, since we got our new quest, we finished up a quick little, you know, the first little story arc. I'll call it here. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you want to see more content in the future, hit subscribe. It'd help out a great deal. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. See ya!